G'day team, welcome to another tiny build scale modeling video. Today we're going to be painting up Tamiya's 1/35 scale M18 Hellcat tank destroyer. This is one of my favorite American vehicles from World War II. It's fast, lightly armored, and has a lot of character. And we're going to be bringing out some of that character today by painting up the tank, its accessories, and some aftermarket stowage. In this video we'll be using a few simple techniques that anyone can try. With that being said, let's jump into it. So this is what we're starting with. The Hellcat is fully built and I've added some aftermarket resin stowage from Vallejo gear. This Vallejo gear set is made specifically for the Tamiya Hellcat and honestly it's worth every cent. I've also added a couple of extra bags to the front from the Tamiya Allied Vehicle Accessories kit. Before priming, I went ahead and cut some DIY straps using Tamiya masking tape, cut the tape into very thin strips and stick them all over the stowage. As always, we'll prime the model with Vallejo black primer. Do the entire exterior, hull, turret, wheels, everything. Last minute, I decided to make a DIY tarp at the back. You can do this step before or after priming, it doesn't really matter. Mix equal parts PVA glue and water and dip a piece of tissue paper into it, then place it where you want. Now we'll paint the entire Hellcat using MIG Olive Drab base. I tried to keep the wheels and tracks mostly black while painting so I wouldn't have to repaint as much later. Normally I'd paint the wheels and tracks separately, but because there are individual track links, I assembled them fully first. I think it's just easier in the long run. Use a tight controlled spray around the road wheels to avoid too much overspray. Make sure you get the entire hull exterior, the turret, inside of the turret basket, and interior of the main gun tube. Anything behind the wheels and tracks still needs olive drab, just go slow. Once that's completely dry, we're going to grab some MIG Olive Drab Light. We'll paint the raised and upper surfaces of the tank, including the top of the turret bustle, edges of the turret roof, top engine deck, fender tops, and front and rear hull plates. It might look bright on camera, but trust me, it dries very subtle in person. This helps create artificial light and shadow since we didn't pre-shade with this build. Before finishing the hull and turret, we're going to take MIG Creme Vice and spray the hull interior areas. Be careful not to overspray outside the interior. With that all dry, now we can go back with Vallejo Black and clean up any overspray on the road wheels, return rollers, idler and drive sprockets, and the track links. Make sure everything is back to a clean starting point before weathering later. To paint the stowage, we'll use mostly three colors: Vallejo Khaki, Tan Earth, and Beige Brown. These earthy neutral tones give natural variation and help everything blend into the tank's environment. Start by painting the rucksacks in Khaki. Be careful not to hit the olive drab hull. Next, grab Tan Earth and paint more stowage items. Keep similar items the same color so it looks cohesive. Then take Beige Brown and paint the rest of the bedding, tarps, and bags. At this stage, you'll see a nice mix of colors forming. This is what we want. For the wooden crate, use Vallejo Flat Earth for the planks. Use your three stowage colors for straps, bags, and bundles in the pile. Black for the pan. And khaki for the rope handles. For all tools like sledgehammers, pickaxes, shovels, and jacks, we're going to use flat earth for the wooden handles, and Tamiya X10 gunmetal for the steel parts. Gunmetal adds a slightly darker metallic tone that contrasts beautifully with the olive drab paint scheme. Next, we'll paint the majority of the straps using Vallejo red leather. This is historically accurate and will be later toned down during weathering. We'll paint all buckles, metal clips, and strap hardware with Vallejo white aluminium. Again, this might look really bright now, but once we weather it, everything blends together perfectly. For our DIY Tamiya tape straps, paint them in khaki to add some tonal variation from the red leather straps. Paint in the M1 helmets using Vallejo yellow olive. Do the 50 cal ammo boxes in the same color. For the 50 cal itself, we'll use my 3-step gun painting method. Black for all of the gun's metal parts, flat earth for any wooden handles, for the 50 cal bullets, Tamiya gold leaf for the bullet casings, and black for the belt fed tray. Use your thinnest brush and take your time here. Then we'll take some white aluminium and dry brush to catch the edges and simulate worn handled steel. Last but not least, we'll mask off the canvas dust cover around the main gun and paint it Vallejo khaki grey. This is going to make the cover really pop. And that's the entire paint up of our 135 scale M18 Hellcat and all of its stowage and accessories. This gives us a beautifully painted starting point for weathering, which we'll cover in another video. If you enjoyed the video or learnt something new, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to help support the channel. Until next time, happy modeling, and I'll catch you in the next one.